Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Leeson Show, which is live at the Scientology Community Centre here in Dublin. And our guest tonight is Dublin-born singer, songwriter and promoter Allan Donnelly. I'm delighted to have Allan here. Allan recently spent time in Canada where he became involved in several projects, namely the musical director on the future Oasis fashion show. Allan also produced, hosted and created content for his show Raw Talks, which I actually spoke to him on, and where he chats with actors, writers, photographers and many other industry professionals. He's released several tracks, including Tribal Nights into Clear Reckless Consensus, Heart, Moon, Sun and Fade Away. We're now delighted to see him back here in Dublin, and he's with us tonight. Folks, let's hear for Allan Donnelly.
Thank you very much for that rousing introduction, Steve. I'm going to record it and use it as my alarm clock in the morning to get me up for the days. This song I'm going to play for you guys is the first song released with the band, The Reckless Consensus. That I'm missing the two boys. I'm on my own, which is a little bit intimidating, but I'll give a gusto for you fine people at home. This is called Heart, Moon, Sun. Through the desert sands, yeah, I fell up on my knees, searching for something that was right in front of me. She plays amongst the stars, I'm planted firmly in my field, feeling the distance between birds. Should I let it? Will I regret it? Yeah, I wanna get it. Feet, don't you fail me now. Falling into her arms, wide open. How can we fail to lose what we got here and now? And all we need's a little heart, moon in the sun. Yeah, heart and moon in the sun. Thunderstorms are raging, lightning cuts through the skyline. A shadow flickers on my wall, and jaws ever near. So dark but I see clearly. I'm tired and oh so weary. The talk is slowing down my stride. Should I let it? Will I regret it? Yeah, I wanna get it now, feet. Don't you fail me now. Falling into her arms, wide open. How can we fail to lose what we got here and now? And all we need's a little heart, moon in the sun. And I'm there to wait for you. Won't hesitate to prove what I've got is true, yeah. I'll dedicate to you all the lights will lead us there. When all we need is heart, moon in the sun. Yeah, heart, moon in the sun. Yeah, feet, don't you fail me now. Falling into her arms, wide open. How can we fail to lose what we got here and now? When all that we need's a little heart, moon in the sun. Yeah, heart, moon in the sun. Thank you very much. As the man said, I am Dublin born. I am living currently in Canada, not right now. I'm here on holiday to see my mother and father. Hello, mommy. Hello, daddy. But it's a fantastic to be back to the homeland. But this next song is called Lucy Lottie. That's a fictional song about a crazy lady that maybe we all kind of met in our time. But and it goes a little something like this. She's gonna get you in the palm of her hand. Gonna take you out as far as she can. Oh, she sure looks good. Damn, she sure looks fine. I said the strength of her body is sweeter than cherry wine. Lucy Lottie, all kinds of crazy. Lucy Lottie, my kind of girl. Lucy Lottie, can I call you baby? Lucy Lottie, wanna be your world, your world. She's gonna let you ever taste of freedom again. Gonna make you give them a one-night stand. Oh, she sure looks good. Damn, she sure looks fine. I said the scent of her body is sweeter than cherry wine. Lucy Lottie, all kinds of crazy. Lucy Lottie, my kind of girl. Lucy Lottie, can I call you baby? Lucy Lottie, want a piece of your world. Who do I turn to when the lights are cold and gray? Who do I turn to when I need a brighter day? Who's gonna thrill me in each and every way? Yeah, it's you, it's got to be you. Yeah, Lucy, Lucy, oh, Lucy, I said, Lucy, oh. Nearly took the eye off myself there. This next song, well, I wrote it distinctly when I was going through a rough patch health-wise. And the girlfriend's mother came in to me. She seen I was a little bit down, and she gifted me this keepsake of sorts. It was called, she termed it a worry heart, and that kind of captured my imagination in terms of a story, in terms of a song. So I wrote it with that idea in mind, taking that keepsake, being away from my family, friends, all in Canada on my own, effectively. I had a girlfriend and she had friends, but you're kind of on your own. So that kind of gave me a little bit of solace. So this song is, it's called Worry Heart. When an old familiar sting comes to, perforates the silky truth, and the leaves are crisp on an autumn day, when a haunted shade slowly faded each dream and plan that we made, out of sight and out of mind. Now you're asking me to toe the line. reflection resonates. My past mistakes separate who I can't be undone. So I will take the road less traveled. I will sail the stormy seas. I will not fail to get where I'm going. Your worry heart, I'll keep with me. Solitary tears down your face. The sound of footsteps slowly fade. All I wanted was your touch. Did I ask too much? Oh, not enough. Oh, can change what we've done. So I will take the road less traveled. I'm gonna sail on stormy sea. I will not fail to get where I'm going. Your worry heart gon' keep with me. So many unanswered questions. No one answer gonna do. I got no direction. This disconnection for me is nothing new. It's why we'll take the road less traveled. I will sail on stormy sea. I will not fail to get where I'm going. Your worry heart gon' keep with me. Your worry heart, I'll keep with me.
Allan Donnelly, absolutely brilliant, and what a character as well. I'm really looking forward to this interview that's on the way. I first met Allan, I think it's almost 2 years ago when the pandemic started. I was a part of a group called Aisht, which is Entertainers Ireland Stand Together, and Allan actually interviewed me, and you were over in Canada. Allan, thank you for joining me, by the way.
That's right. Yeah, how the roles have been reversed, all right. Yeah, it's great to be in your show. What a fantastic show it is. Props to the crew that do this. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, brilliant. I'm happy to be part of this show, and thank you for having me.
Sounding great, man. Really good, like, you know. Sounding cool. It's great to meet you in person as well, as opposed to I was in the bedroom on the phone, like with a blank wall behind me, so people couldn't see actually where I was, like, you know.
You were propped up against the toilet room mirror. Best acoustics for the show.
That's right.
Yeah, too right, yeah.
But it's funny how things go around, and you never know. I never would have thought that I was talking to an Irish guy in Canada, and then 2 years later
that I from the accent.
No, that I was going to meet again is what I mean.
That's
like, you know,
right.
do you know what I mean? Like, the chances of that are
phenomenal,
pretty slim and none, I suppose. You know.
Well, I mean, like, I had to get back to visit the parents, and I've been away 4 years. That song "Worry Heart" kind of pulls at the heartstrings. I played it for my father there, and no word of a lie, it'll kill me for saying this, we had tears coming down his eyes. It's great when you can have that. Like, for me, music has always been that therapeutic thing to when you have a good day, bad day, or indifferent. You're able to either articulated through song or just even playing chords is quite, therapeutic as well. But
look, I always say if you're not a musician, or you're not a real musician or a singer or entertainer, if you're not very sensitive, because it means something to you to be able to do it, like,
Well, 100%.
And all songs mean different things to different people, so it's great to be able to relate that way, like,
Yeah.
Is that the way you go about songs when you're writing them yourself?
Yeah, it depends. Like, I mean, it comes in different ways. Like, either if I'm going through a bad patch, it's a great time to kind of sit down and harness it. But I don't know for yourself when it comes to songwriting, whether it's the lyric, the line, or just the melody coming for it. It's for me, it's a swirl. It happens. You get an idea, or you see something in the street, or you hear somebody say something that you think like that. For example, Worry Hard. I keep going back to it, but it's important for the fact that the idea of that keepsake that she gave to me, and it was something symbolic that means a lot, and I was able to shape. The verses, let's say, is not necessarily doesn't feed directly to that meaning of Worry Heart, but it allows you to springboard off and experiment with ideas. That's what I love about music and creativity as a whole. As you mentioned, doing the Raw Talks podcast.
That's the name of the one that I spoke to you on, was it?
That's exactly it. So I started it out off the back of it was like a Raw Talks, almost like a TED Talks that I was on in Calgary. Kind of got the inspiration. It was from the same company that I ended up working for when I was over in Canada, Natural Talent Alliance. Shout out to the people over there. And what they did was they put on that show, and they gave me the license to use the name Raw Talks, the logo. And the only caveat that it was with myself, because I like the idea. I love the idea of taking industry professionals and giving them a voice to speak to people up and coming that really want. Now, this is pre-pandemic. So when I got you, we were like 2019. We were like early doors. You weren't gigging. I wasn't gigging. It looked quite bleak.
Doom and gloom, yeah.
It really did.
Is that when you started the Raw Talk podcast? It was before that, though, like,
Do you know, it was a test to could I do something? Could I do a podcast? It was off the back of hearing, it was a true crime podcast that I heard, and I loved the way the producer just took the cinematic. He was a documentary filmmaker, but he used the sound and the audio to tell the story. And I love that idea. Now, albeit my show is a little bit different, that we're talking to artists, but I wanted to see if I could do it. And I did it. And I went off okay. Much as we were going to take it to a live show format in Block 1912, which is a place off White Ave, much the same as Dame Street in Dublin. And we were just about to go live with it. We were going to call it the busking session. So it's Raw Talks, but we'll have little kind of ideas of shows. So what you came in on was the artistic wellness checks, was the AWC call. So I spoke to your good self, Terry Kavanagh.
Probably wasn't too happy when I spoke to you, was I?
Oh, you had the grump, all right, yeah. No, you're in great spirits, and actually very inspirational for me, because from those conversations and talking to people like yourself, but not just musicians. Like, you're looking at actors, you're looking at photographers, like their livelihood and industry has been whipped from them a little bit, and it was scary at times. It looks like we're kind of into the clear, but obviously now with all the other stuff that's going on, I think it's, I don't want to go too doom and gloomy with it, but it's just how do we adapt to it? I'm a big believer in collaboration, in the idea of working with others, helping others. It's not a solo mio jobby for me. Like Heart Moon Sun, the very first track that we recorded with the band and released, was with that mindset. I was lucky to work with Chantel Norris, again, shout out to Chantel, who is the Nanaimo Contemporary Creative Director, Nanaimo Contemporary Ballet Creative Director, and I worked with her previously on another project. And I asked her, would you guys be interested in helping us make a music video? And with that, again, through another project, I knew a videographer over in Nanaimo in Vancouver, Victoria, and we set about making a video for...
Is this what you intended to do, going to Canada?
Not at all. It was a wing and a prayer. It was just something different. I've been here in Ireland, and I met a girl over here, and we kind of made a go of it. We just said, look, I remember distinctly, I had a couple of holidays. I said, would you mind if, would I come over? She's probably thinking to herself, who is this weirdo? But she had me over, and then she came back, and then I went over. And the rest, as they say, I just took it by the scruff, and I tried. Like, it was, don't get me wrong, it was some it was some, you're on your own, in fact, like I alluded to. like whilst I was with Catherine and her family, I was removed from all my friends, my own family. So when times got tough or there was difficult times, it kind of is the makings of it. Sometimes you can make a break. I could have left and went back home.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have probably changed and changed their different paths of direction since the pandemic started for better. Like really, for most people, I'd say, like, you know. Obviously, there's a few people, unfortunately, the other way.
Yeah.
But can I ask you about your promoter now as well? Like, you know, you're promoting. Tell me about that. Like, how'd you get into that?
Many hats, and it's just the idea of not sitting down and like it's being as entrepreneurial as I can, because I believe, such as yourself, as an artist, you kind of have to be entrepreneurial thinking. You have to think outside the box. You need to come up with a way to, because gone but with the days of being a record, getting signed by a label, I believe. Like, what I choose with the band I'm with, we're promoting other bands, we try and do gigs, but I'm with the Reckless Consensus. Actually, before I derail, I have to get this out before I lose. Here we go, I want to give you something. I didn't get a chance to give you a Christmas present. It's Happy Christmas. It's a delay. Open it now so we can all see what it is.
I've nothing to give you in return.
Well, maybe you can get up and do a song with me before we leave, yeah?
Okay, we can try that. We'll try that. One of your own songs.
Now, you better wear that.
Oh, look at this.
With pride
look at this.
and gusto. Now, it's plug. This is the recklessconsensus.com. Is it the camera?
Oh, that's the camera.
Recklessconsensus.com for all your Reckless Consensus needs. That's the name of the band.
You suit me.
And look, it brings out your eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. But
so, man. Yeah,
to answer your question,
brilliant.
To answer your question, yeah, like it's about finding ways to put yourself out there to get, like, if you want to make it in the industry or any type of creative profession, you kind of have to be ballsy and you know, let confidence. If you have any self-esteem issues or insecurities, try and park it. You know what I mean? Hence, I'm giving you a T-shirt like a rapscallion. I apologise, but I hope you wear it with pride.
I wear that at the gigs and all. Like, why not?
Yeah, you do.
But come here, the music director for Future Oceans fashion show, like.
So that came about again through Natural Talent Alliance. A contract was on the table to work with the Victoria International Marina and the Ocean Legacy Foundation. Now, to explain, Natural Talent Alliance, they do fashion shows. My capacity there, I would do video editing for them, making music. But this was a initiative to draw, you know, attention to the crisis of plastics in the oceans. This is pre-pandemic, and it was a big, major fashion show that was on the marina, the docks there. And we had over 12 designers, and they made like fashion from the plastic that was reclaimed from the ocean, that the Ocean Legacy Foundation would have pulled in and gave to them. Yeah, so it was that was an experience, and that's how I met Chantel. I'll give you a quick story on that. So I made the music, Plastic Whale, and it was for the ballet company.
It's great to be involved in something like that, though. Like, you know, it's something actually with all the global things that are going on now. Like, you know?
It really, it kind of, you know, you say you look for something, you want to have purpose in life, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, and at that time, and I still do. Obviously, with all that's transpired with the pandemic, the ocean conservation has kind of taken a back seat. Do you know what I mean? And you see masks strewn across the streets, which is kind of forgot about all the good work that was being done. But, you know, I believe that collectively we all have a common goal that we can achieve it, whatever that may be, you know. And in my case, it was that. But, yeah, to finish that story quickly, so I did the song. I had 2 versions of the song, and I sent it over to the sound engineer, and he was in the booth, and we were playing it. So the girls were going to dance to this particular song. But I sent over what I thought was the wrong version. And the first 5 minutes is perfect, it's fine, but the last 5 minutes goes bananas. And you gotta.
It's like the sound check today.
You probably should have sound checked, but I thought they had the wrong song. Halfway through the performance, Catherine looked at me and says, "Are you okay?" Yeah. I was looking at the Pacific Ocean thinking I'm just going to swim home. Like if this goes all over the place. Yeah, no, thankfully though, it was okay. It turned out to be the right song in the end. But yeah, no. A near miss.
What was the name of the song?
Plastic Whale.
Oh, Plastic Whale, that was one.
Yeah.
You had another release not so long ago. Very close, only a month ago. Is that right?
Yeah, we had Heart Moon Sun was the first in the summer. And then we released Fade Away.
Fade Away, yeah.
Yeah. We, again, through collaborating, we got a loan of the rooftop on the Crawford block in White Avenue. They allowed us to shoot there in return for them mentioning their name. But that's it. That's, again, finding ways to collaborate and make and do things. So we got to release that. But it was the idea of it not fading away, not letting the industry fade away in itself.
Is there something about a flag in some of the music videos? What it represents?
There is. There's 41 colours that I believe my mother told me is the angelic number for creativity and hope. So we used that idea to have 41 different triangles in different colours, representing, this is very U2 and Bono-esque, but the meaning behind it was to represent the, as a collective, not letting the industry, arts, entertainment, not letting that fade away. That was the very artsy way of...
That's brilliant, like, talk about being creative with that, like,
Yeah.
That was your own idea for that?
Well, yeah, it was my idea, but the team helped me carry it out. We're not a one-man show. Dave Carlton and Mike Twitty are the two bandmates back home that make up the Reckless Consensus. So, yeah, I've been very lucky and fortunate to meet like-minded individuals over there, being so far away from home.
Brilliant.
But, yeah, creativity travels.
When are you going home?
Next week probably, but depends what date this is going out. I'll be going home sometime in January. But yeah, soon.
You're hoping to.
I'm hoping to.
You get there.
Yeah.
Listen, Allan, thanks a million for coming along. You're going to do a few more songs for us. Is it original songs you're going to do for us?
That's it. All originals. Yeah.
Brilliant to have it. Do you want to take the stage? I'll join you for the last one. You've asked me to jump.
We'll definitely get you up.
We quickly went over, so we'll give it a try. Thanks a million. I really appreciate you coming along. Off you go, yeah. There we go, that's Allan Donnelly, and as I say, a character, and great to see him making, as you say, for a purpose, with a great cause, and being so creative with the things that he is doing, and it's great to see a fellow musician just keeping going in the entertainment industry, and looking forward to hear these few songs, and I'll join him for one of his, we forgot to talk about actually the name of even the song, but maybe he'll tell you just before he starts it at the end, the one that I'm going to join him. But over to you, Allan. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Stephen. And again, thank you all for having me. This has been a fantastic experience. This one is, it's called Into the Clear, and it's, as we were talking about the ocean conservation, it's on that subject. It goes something like this. As night draws today, there is thoughts that awaken. My soul that is shaken from the damage that we have done. Too far gone now to reverse the situation. It's our call to the nations before the final race is won. Deep in my heart there is an ocean. What we have done we can turn around. Beyond the pale as we set sail into the clear. It's easy to say that it's not your creation. Lay the blame of devastation over higher heads above. There's a duty we've breached and lives we've forsaken. If we don't act now, I dread to think what's to come. Deep in my heart there is an ocean. What we have done we can turn upon. Beyond the pale as we set sail into the clear. Deep in my heart there is an ocean. What we have done we can turn around. Beyond the pale as we set sail into the clear. Thank you.
This next song is actually out to download at the moment. Available on Spotify, or even you want to just check it out on YouTube. It's the single that we just discussed. It's called Fade Away. A little bit more acoustic and somber than the original version, but it goes a little something like this. Loss of ambition was kind of affliction, losing my way. She grabs my attention, a smutty suggestion. I move from the fray. I ain't over the worst of it, think I've a thirst for it, won't hurt to stay. It's just a psychosis, the host with the mostest won't easily stray. So I'm walking and holding on, holding on. I don't wanna fade away. Holding on, holding on. I don't wanna fade away, fade away. I don't wanna fade away, yeah, fade away. I don't wanna fade away. My alley kid junkie, the one with the funky blue velvet beret, it's giving me reason to go to believe and no longer afraid. Yeah, to help all the action, gonna leave you in tracks and break a promise you made. No longer an atom, divided we fight them all the way. That's why I'm walking in, I'm holding on, holding on. I don't wanna fade away. Holding on, holding on. I don't wanna fade away, fade away. Yeah, yeah. I don't wanna fade away, yeah, fade away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna fade away, fade away. You know my heart won't let it. Your heart won't let it. Say my heart won't let it. You know the heart won't let it now. Just keeps me holding on, holding on. I don't wanna fade away. Holding on, holding on. I don't wanna fade away, fade away. I don't wanna fade away, yeah, fade away. I don't wanna fade away, fade away, fade away. Well, as the man said, he did get a free T-shirt. It's only right that he dons the stage with me today to help sing a song that I wrote, I suppose, in the middle of all this pandemic. Donald Trump was on the TV. He was talking about this virus, that virus, whatever he was calling it, and it got progressively worse. And what do you do as a musician when you're presented with something as traumatic as a pandemic? Well, you write about it. And in this context, it's a little bit funny. So, ladies and gentlemen back home, let's welcome Mr. Stephen Leeson onto the stage. What are you? Oh my God! Look what he's wearing. Ah! Well, thank you very much. He's got the mask on and everything, but it's don't worry, you can't get infected from the song. Holy God! Sorry.
Are you ready for this? In the middle of conversation, didn't realize we were calling me up straight away.
No, that was my fault. I apologise.
Okay. Let's give it a go.
So it's myself, Stephen, and the amazing Stomp Box. Is that what do you call it?
That's what it's called, yeah.
Just a stomp
Well,
box?
porch board.
This is Betty. You don't give it a pet name? No? Okay. I want two, three. Day one of isolation, I could get used to this. I got my feet on the coffee table, wondering why back set the peg, yeah. When an orange man come on the TV, he says it's spreading fast. He got many a name for it. No one knows how long it's gonna last. And I say, fuck you, COVID. Yeah, man, I like the best. This ain't no splendid isolation. It's social distance is the best. And I said, whoa, 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 fuck you, whoa. Day 7 of isolation, my left eye begins to twitch. Have I got a fever or is the heat still on? I'm afraid of scratching it. Now there's nothing in the freezer. I am number 2 in days. All I'm eating is this pasta. That toilet paper's such a waste. And I say, fuck you, COVID. Now you mean I love the pills. This ain't no splendid isolation. Social distance is a bitch. And I say, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Fuck you, oh, oh, oh. COVID, oh, 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 oh. Get that stomp off stomping. 1, 2, 3, get on. Day 14 of isolation, and I'm supposed to be okay. I put my coat and I stick my mask on. Call for Stephen, see if he's okay.
All right.
But he's now in isolation. It started just the other day. Yeah, where we all got the same frustration. Sing with me now as I say, fuck you, COVID. Yeah. You made our life the best. This ain't no splendid isolation. And social distance is a bitch. One more time and I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Fuck you, whoa. Let me just clarify, it's B-U-C-K, book you COVID, just to be sure.
Thank you very much, because we actually forgot to talk about that. But at least you got that in there so they understand we weren't swearing around like that. And
100%.
Thank you very much for coming along, folks. Hope you did enjoy it. And don't forget, tune in next week. We have a 5-piece band on next week. That's Green Road. So see you same time, same place. Thank you. Good night.